Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about module number 2, that is overcurrent protection. Here we are going to discuss about that directional earth fault relay. So a directional earth fault relay, definitely the relay is represented with a particular direction. When the fault current is coming opposite to that direction, then the relay is sensitive to that flow of current, and that relay sends that fault and generates that command signal to the circuit breaker as to separate that faulty section of the system and healthy section of the system. Here the protection against ground faults, it requires only one directional overcurrent relay, because if it has that only one directional overcurrent relay, that is enough, because it is not required non-directional overcurrent relay. Non-directional overcurrent relay represented with to either current directions as like this. This kind of non-directional overcurrent relay is not required at this case whenever we are employing to protect against fault currents which are flowing towards ground or towards earth. So whenever we are employing that a directional earth fault relay, directional earth fault relay is represented particular direction whose directional relays, it is represented with the following arrow mark. If the directional earth fault relay represented the following arrow mark, if the fault current is coming in opposite to this current, then only the directional earth fault relay is very sensitive to those fault currents, and it can easily identify those faults. After that, it isolates that faulty section of the system and healthy section of the system by generating a command signal towards the circuit breaker. So for protection against ground faults, it requires only one directional overcurrent relay. Its operating principle and construction is similar to directional overcurrent relays which we are discussed earlier. In case of an directional overcurrent relay, it contains two elements. One is called a direction element, another one is called an IDMT element. The direction element has two coils. One coil is energized by that actuating quantity called fault current, and other one is other actuating quantity called voltage. Whenever the direction element has energized by that actuating quantities like fault current and fault voltage across the two coils, then the current coil of the direction element is energized by residual current, and the potential coil is energized by the residual voltage. Here residual current and residual voltage are the fault currents and fault voltages which are shown in this figure. In this figure, at figure A, if you see in this figure A, there are two sets of coils are there. One set of the coil is called as current coil, and the set of the coil is called as voltage coil, where we are going to take in that reference of actuating quantities in that three-phase system like voltage and current. The fault current here I am going to call it as a residual current, which is represented as IRES, and the fault voltage which I am represented here as a fault voltage VRES called residual voltage. So residual current and residual voltage are the fault currents and fault voltage which has been shown in the following figure. This connection is suitable for a place where the neutral point is not available. If you see here neutral point is not available. Here neutral point is not available. For that case it is very suitable, where we are using that two coils. One is called as the current coil, where actuating quantity of residual current is taken as a reference. In another coil we are taken that residual voltage as a reference. Therefore this connection is suitable for a place where the neutral point is not available. If the neutral of an alternator or transformer is grounded, that means which is shown in this figure B. In this figure B, the star connected winding of an alternator or a transformer, the neutral point which is properly grounded here through the ground impedance. Whenever that fault happened, by that time there is no zero sequence of currents in the neutral wire. Definitely the neutral wire has some amount of currents. which are going to sense by a relay which is called as overcurrent relay. A overcurrent relay is employed here in case of a directional overcurrent relay. Here, with help of this directional overcurrent relay, we are going to sense that fault current and fault voltage has been taken as a reference. With help of fault voltage and the fault currents, we are going to employ the directional earth fault relay. Whenever the fault current or the fault voltage which is greater than the preset value, then automatically the directional overcurrent relay, which sense that sensitivity of that actuating quantities of currents and voltages and generates a command signal to circuit breaker as to isolate that faulty section of the system and healthy section of the system. That kind of connection just now what we are shown in this figure B. And in figure A, the neutral point is grounded through a voltage transformer. If you see here, there is a voltage transformer and there is a current transformer. This is the current transformer and this is the voltage transformer. The voltage transformer here it is grounded. So in case of a directional earth fault relay, voltage transformer is grounded at the secondary side. The voltage coil of the directional earth fault relay may be connected to secondary of voltage transformer. The IDMT element has a plug setting of 20% to 80%. A special 5 limbs of voltage transformer can be energized. Both the earth fault relay as well as the phase fault relays, which are shown in figure 5.21b. If you look at that 5.21b, here it is a 5 limb. It is a 5 limb voltage transformer. There are 5 limbs of this voltage transformer. The 5 limbs of the voltage transformer here we can see. Okay, now in this 5 limbs of an voltage transformer, that is, this is 1, 2, 3, 4 and this is totally as 5. In this 5 limb of an voltage transformer, where it is energized both for earth fault relay as well as phase fault relay. The use of this 5 limb voltage transformer is to sense it, to make it as a sensitive for the faults. Whenever the voltage which falls down less than like 20% to 80%, then we can conclude that it is a fault. Like that here it will, the directional earth fault relay will function, and with help of the directional earth fault relay, which is sensitive to actuating quantities of like residual currents and residual voltage, with help of the residual current and residual voltage, we are going to conclude that whether the fault is happened or not. Based upon this fault, we can, the relay may sense that residual current and residual voltage by the time of fault condition, and it gives that command signal to circuit breaker as to isolate that faulty section of the system and healthy section of the system. Like this, this directional overcurrent relay protective scheme has been employed at here as to protect the load equipment, especially like alternators, transformers. So whenever it is going to work out for alternators and transformers, if it is properly grounded by a neutral, the residual current is less than compared with the phase currents. Under the fault condition, the residual current of neutral wire is less compared with the phase currents. So earth fault currents are less compared to the phase fault currents by the time of fault condition. So here we can see that a 5 limb structure. In this 5 limb structure, where we are given that actuating quantities like voltage and current taken as a reference through this 5 limb structure, here we can identify that fault currents and fault voltages during the time of fault current, and we are going to generate a command signal to the appropriate circuit breaker as to isolate that faulty section of the system and healthy section of the system. Thank you.